Yes, loud enough or it's too loud, you know, kind of off the point. DPC passed resolution this year that recommended that the sound levels in all our temples and centers should be controlled, and sound levels above 80 decibels should not be taught, you know, should not be there. So
turn up the microphone.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to read here from Srimad Bhagavatam's 5th canto, chapter 8 in text number 8, where there is a section of prayers by Prahlad Maharaj to Lord Nrsimhadev. Of course, the main narration of the Leela of Lord Nrsimhadev, Prahlad Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu, is in the 7th canto. It's practically the whole 7th canto. It's not the whole canto, yes. There are 5 chapters in the very end, which are about Varnashram, but otherwise the rest of the 7th canto is about the pastimes of Lord Nrsimhadev. So it's a fills up a very, very big part of the Bhagavatam. I was just kind of contemplating, is there of the different avatars described in the Bhagavatam, the Leela of Nrsimhadev must actually be the one that takes up most place beside Krishna, isn't it? Yes. So Nrsimhadev and Prahlad place has a very, very big place in our philosophy, and as I said, it's in the 7th canto where most of it is. But also here in the 5th canto, there is a series of prayers by Prahlad Maharaj to Lord Nrsimhadev. And I thought I'd read the first verse in those prayers in Prabhupada's purport and try to speak something from there. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 And the verse goes, Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya Namastejas Titasi Abhyabhava Vajranaka Vajradamsta Kamasayan Randarya Randya Tamo Grasa Grasa Om Svaham Abhayam Abhayam Atmani Bhuyista Om Kshaum. Translation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Nrsimhadev, the source of all power. O my Lord, who possesses nails and teeth just like thunderbolts, kindly vanquish our demon-like desires for fruits of activity in this material world. Please appear in our hearts and drive away our ignorance, so that by your mercy we may become fearless in the struggle for existence in this material world. Purport. In Srimad Bhagavatam 4:22-39, Sanat Kumara speaks of following words to Maharaj Prithu. Yat pada pangalya palasa vilasa bhakja kamasa yang gratitam udgrayanti shanta tat vanarita matayo yatayo piruda shroto ganastam aranam bhatyavasu devam. Devotees always engaged in the service of the toes of the Lord's lotus feet can very easily become free from hard-knotted desires for fruitive activities. Because this is very difficult, the non-devotees, the jnanis and yogis, cannot stop the waves of sense gratification, although they try to do so. Therefore you are advised to engage in the devotional service of Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. Every living being within this material world has a strong desire to enjoy matter to its fullest satisfaction. For this purpose, the conditioned soul must accept one body after another, and thus his strongly fixed fruitive desires continue. One cannot stop the repetition of birth and death without being completely desireless. Therefore, Srila Rupa Goswami describes pure bhakti devotional service as follows. Anya vilashita shunyam jnana kamadhyana vitam anukulyena krishna no shilnam bhakti uttama. One should render transcendental loving service to the Supreme Lord Krishna favorably and without desire for material profit or gain through fruitive activities or philosophical speculation. That is called pure devotional service. Unless one is completely freed of all material desires, which are caused by the dense darkness of ignorance, one cannot fully engage in the devotional service of the Lord. Therefore we should always offer our prayers to Lord Nrsingadev, who killed Hiranyakashipu, the personification of material desire. Hiranya means gold and Kashipu means a soft cushion or bed. Materialistic persons always desire to make the body comfortable, and for this they require huge amounts of gold. Thus Hiranyakashipu was a perfect representative of materialistic life. He was therefore the cause of great disturbance to the topmost devotee, Prahlad Maharaj, until Lord Nrsingadev killed him. Any devotee aspiring to be free of material desires should offer his respectful prayers to Nrsingadev as Prahlad Maharaj did in this verse. So it's quite significant that we see here in this purport that Prabhupada, he spends most of the purport describing what actually is the real goal of life, and he's describing what pure devotional service is. Pure devotional service is without any desire for fruitive activity, enjoyment in this material world, and or any kind of liberation or speculation. Or pure devotional service is simply the desire to render service to Krishna for Krishna's satisfaction without any other extraneous desire. And so that is that's a goal. That's where we should strive for. Then Prabhupada goes on to explain where we are. Most of us are that we are somehow or other stuck in this world with hard-knotted desires for fruitive activities. We want to enjoy this world and are achieving body after body, lifetime after lifetime, which simply is tightening the knot of attachment to the world, material world, more and more. It seems like it's a hopeless thing for the conditioned soul. And even when we aspire in devotees, this is what Prabhupada is talking about. Prabhupada always writes to us. He doesn't write to everyone else, but actually he writes for us, he writes to me. When he talks about Hiranyakashipu, it's me he's talking about. It's mostly. Because he was empowered. He was especially empowered, Hiranyakashipu. But Prabhupada is talking here to us who are aspiring devotees, who want to, come to the ideal platform, but we are here. What to do? We are stuck with our material desires, and there seems to be no way out of it recently. So what is the way out? Well, then the solution is Nrsingadev. We should always pray to Lord Nrsingadev. Prabhupada says that. He was there. He came and killed the personification of material desire, Hiranyakashipu. And similarly, we should always pray to Lord Nrsingadev that he will sit in our hearts and destroy all the demoniac desires for fruitive activity and liberation, so we actually can come to the pure platform. That is the actual solution. We have to understand that it's our own power. We cannot purify ourselves. We have to want it. We have to put ourselves in the right position. We cannot do it with our own power, but Nrsingadev can do it. He's all powerful, and he is able to completely purify, even the worst contaminations, worst material desires, if we are just praying to him, you know, constantly praying to him, then actually that is, so this is why we are worshipping Nishingadev in this Hare Krishna movement, or why Prabhupada introduced it, or why, I mean, Nishingadev's worship is so prominent in general, because he removes all the obstacles on the path of life. Of course, it's a path of devotional service, but he removes all obstacles. And it's actually, I think I mentioned even this morning also, that worship of Ganesh is very popular amongst followers of Vedic followers, amongst Hindus in India and like that. And why is he so auspicious to worship? Well, actually he's so because he worships Nishingadev. He's a great devotee of Lord Nishingadev. And this makes him auspicious. So we are, in our Krishna consciousness movement, we're not worshipping Ganesh. We have all respect for him. He's a great demigod. But we're not worshipping him directly. Although actually in one purport, not a purport, in one passage in Nectar Devotion, Prabhupada writes that we should actually worship Ganesh. But then he writes somewhere else we should not. So we try to figure that out. But actually we don't have to, because we are worshipping Lord Nishingadev directly. We directly worship, having every day, morning, evening, we are praying to Lord Nishingadev, singing songs to Lord Nishingadev, and hopefully with a prayer that he will sit in our hearts and remove all the obstacles, all the demoniac Hiranyakashipu desires sitting there, so actually we can come to pure devotional service. He can remove all the things that are hindrances for our advancement in devotional life. And it's important to remember that the hindrances that we have to face in our devotional service, in our spiritual life, they're within. We are thinking often that they are outside, and if we remove the obstacles, you know, if we can simply change the world and get rid of all the demons and all those who are somehow or other are in the way of our advancement, then we can become pure devotees. But this is not actually, this is not the devotional mentality. This is Hiranyakashipu. This is Hiranyakashipu. This is how he's thinking, and this is the demoniac mood of thinking. Demons think like this. Bhagavad Gita 16:13. Krishna is speaking. The demoniac person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemies will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There's none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices, I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. So that is a demoniac mentality, that there are these enemies. I killed one enemy, and when I have, you know, and he's also my enemy, and he's also my enemy, and I have plans, I'll kill them also, and then I'll become happy. Then my problem's over, because my enemies will not be there anymore. So, when Hiranyakashipu, he was becoming ultimately frustrated with his son Prahlad Maharaj, and he had tried everything. He somehow or other to change his mind, but there was nothing that could be changed. His mind, nothing could change Prahlad Maharaj. At one point, out of utter frustration, he asked his sons, "Why have you taken the side of my enemies, of my enemy?" And Prahlad Maharaj, he replied, I don't know the Sanskrit, but he replied, "My dear father, for one who has conquered the 6 enemies within the mind, the 5 senses, for him there are no enemies. Enemies are simply imagined by persons who are in ignorance. There are no enemies in the external world. They are only within, but the demons think I am perfect. So since there are hindrances, since there are problems for my progress, and I'm perfect, then it must be somewhere else. But that's the devotee has the proper perspective. He understands. No, the world is actually perfect. It is. The world is perfect, and but it doesn't mean it's a happy place. It's a perfectly unhappy place, but it's a perfect place. And but I'm not perfect. I have these great material attachments within. These are the problems. These are the source of all my problems, and they have to be purified. And therefore, the devotee prays to Nrsimhadev, please remove all these impurities so I simply can engage in pure devotional service. This is the only thing that is hindering me, that is stopping me. And yeah, it's such an amazing pastime, and especially everything, all the personalities there are amazing. Hiranyakashipu is amazing, and Nrsimhadev is, of course, infinitely more amazing than Hiranyakashipu, and even more amazing than Nrsimhadev. Prahlad Maharaj is even more amazing. And as we follow the whole pastime, it's just, one is invariably will come to the point of pure devotional service simply by reading the pastime of Nrsimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj. Because in the end, after Hiranyakashipu is killed, Prahlad Maharaj is there. He's offered his prayers, which, by the way, are one of the longest sections of prayers in the Bhagavatam. And Prahlad Maharaj, and then Nrsimhadev, he's offering his benedictions to Prahlad Maharaj and said, what do you want? I can give you whatever you want. And he simply says, please don't tempt me with this. And I've already seen it. My father had everything. He was not happy, and he was ultimately killed. So I only want, I have no desires. But the only desire I have is I can simply engage in the service of Narada Muni, because he's the one who actually, he gave me he gave me the knowledge by which I could achieve this transcendental position. So how can I ever leave his service? He doesn't want to engage directly in Nrsimhadev's service. He doesn't want to go back to the spiritual world. He does simply want to engage in Narada Muni's service. That's all. And he has no other desires. But then, of course, we know also he prays for Hiranyakashipu. He prays that may my father become liberated. And then Nrsimha says that's easily granted. Does it say here 100? This is 21?
24. 22 or 24?
I must be 21. No, I mean 21 generations before and after, in a family in which a devotee like you appears, are already completely liberated. So the character of Prahlad Maharaj is very amazing. he's a perfect example of a pure devotee. There's no tinge in him, of course, but still he's thinking he has tinges within. He is talking about how he's always attracted to material enjoyment. But actually, there's no note. He's a completely pure devotee. That is Prahlad Maharaj, and so we hear about the relationship between the Supreme Lord and Prahlad Maharaj and the pure devotee Prahlad Maharaj, and they are, of course, they are intrinsically part of each other. One cannot be understood without the other. It's like Prabhupada writes in the purport in Bhagavad Gita 9:30, how the Lord, he writes, when a diamond is set in a golden ring, it looks very, very beautiful. Of course, the diamond is beautiful, the gold is beautiful. When they're combined, they look exceptionally beautiful. And he says that gold is glorified, the diamond is glorified, and he says that the living entities in the pure condition glitter like gold. That's the actual pure gold, so that they like gold there. And the Lord is a diamond, so this combination is very, very nice. And so this combination, Vishingade Prahlad Maharaj, is very nice. Like that. They are, the Lord is beautiful because he has beautiful devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, and he's there simply for his protection. And Prahlad Maharaj is beautiful because he has such a wonderful Lord as Lord Nrsimhadev, and has no desires except to render service unto him. And I mean, of course we can, because I'm sitting here, I've read the 7 cantos, I'm not a pure devotee, so it's possible to read the 7 cantos and not become completely pure devotee, but it's amazing how that is possible. But it